asked her because she'd been doing this for like 20 years, and I said, in your experience, what's the most you've ever gotten for the contents of a home? Just the contents, the guts. She goes, why? And I said, well, I'm trying to figure out what my place is worth. She said, but we can't. And I said, but we have to start somewhere. So what's the most you ever got for the contents of a house? 10. Okay. She says, but we can't do that with you. And I said, we can't not do that with me, because there are no guarantees that you're going to find somebody who wants this stuff.
So basically Lori's the one who gave you the 10 figure.
Lori's her name. Lori's her name. And this is what she does for a living, is, downsize, help people sell things, pack them, move them, get them into the new facilities. That's what these companies do. Yeah. They go from start to finish, and so I haven't signed her contract because I know I'm not going to be using her, and I didn't want to provide false hope. So
she offered to do it professionally for you,
just to check out to see what she could. So as far as she knows, I'm going to be downsizing and moving into a facility. Few friends know that I've checked it out. I don't know how I can afford it. It's, there are no facilities around here.
Are you seriously thinking of facilities, or are you telling them this as part of your...
I'm telling them that.
Okay.
But I have looked at facilities. I'm not a fool. I wanted to know if I could do it. And I've called facilities, and I've gone, you want to know truth, and that is to read people's stories. Go online and hear not only the caregiver stories. Those are sometimes the most saddening stories, because a lot of times it's loved ones having to talk about loved ones and losing their patience, or they've lost their job, or they've lost all their savings, or their mother is beating them, and hitting them, and it's sad. It's just, it is not. You do not go gently in the night with this disease. That is the worst disease to die from. And yes, I know that there's people who die from horrific terminal illnesses that ravage the organs within their body, but to me, the most precious organ that God ever made was the human brain, which controls every organ in the body. Without that brain, the body is nothing. And without my brain, I'm nothing.
So where have you left things with Fen?
I kind of gave them my time frame. They've told me when they're not going to be available.
Can you share your time frame? Or
I'm thinking around just before mid-March.
That's really soon.
Yeah. Things are progressing in my brain. Progressing is the wrong word to use. Deteriorating.
Mm-hmm.
More. Faster than I anticipated. I'm sure the stress is not helping it. I was kind of hoping to find out what HUD was going to do, but if they don't get their act together, I may be leaving OHS with an unanswered question. Of course, in the minute I die, it's a moot point. Champion will just automatically foreclose. And that's going to be interesting, because I'm not going to be around, but I assume OHS knows what to do. I mean, they got lawyers. This is what they do for a living.
Yeah.
They have a group of people that does nothing but people leaving their estates to them. And it makes sense. This is something David and I were passionate about, was helping people who help save animals.
So you've given them this time frame. Why are you still fighting the house then?
Because I would love to be able to have my name on title so that it's just automatically goes to OHS and then they can try and sell it. Because I don't know what, without being really honest with Champion, if I were to tell them, don't bother with HUD, they would foreclose on me. And if I'd said, don't bother with HUD, then somebody's going to question me as to why I'm not bothering with HUD. I have to lead a double life here. I have to lead the life that people think that I am going to continue to live, because no one wants to deal with the reality.
I guess like what I'm asking is, like, is this a stalling tactic?
No.
Or is it...
I really would like to have the house in my name.
Will that mean that the house belongs
It won't
to you?
belong to Champion. It'll belong to HUD. And then...
So then how would it help OHS anyway?
If the title rolls over to me, and it does so before I exit, then the house automatically becomes theirs to notify the new mortgagee, whether that's HUD or whomever it is, giving them a little more time frame than the clock that's already ticking with Champion.
So they could sell the house, pay off the...
Hopefully.
So
I'm actually doing all this for everyone else.
So this is for OHS. This is not... What I guess I was also trying to get at is, like, if a part of you maybe thinks, I won't want to exit, or I'll change my mind, or I'll want to exit later, and I want to be have a place to live.
No. There is no part of me that wants to live in a world where I don't exist. Would you want, and I'll put the question to you, would you want your entire day to go through and you not know that an entire day has gone through? You don't know who touched you, who fed you. Did you poop? Did you pee? Did you soil? Did somebody touch you where they shouldn't have touched you? Did they medicate you? Did they hurt you? Did they remember that they can't move you in a certain way? You know, is that? And you have no awareness of this. And so anybody can do anything with your money, with your body, with anything about you, and you have no knowledge. Mm-hmm. You might be able to have some knowledge. You might be aware for a while. But eventually, as all of this is going on, your brain starts deteriorating the organs in your body as well. Because as it's dying, so does the rest of you. So eventually, a major organ will die. To a point, it will just deteriorate to the point it will die. My dad, it was his heart and lungs. That was his. I don't remember what my uncle or my two uncles were. I have a heart condition, so I'll probably stroke out.
Is the heart condition stuff in your...
I don't know. I have mitral valve prolapse with a left bundle branch blockage, and something else. Palpitations. And something
how long
else.
Have you had that
and
for?
A heart murmur. Left bundle branch blockage and the heart murmur DNA, born with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They didn't find them until I was in my 20s. And the mitral valve prolapse, that was discovered a couple of years ago. And then this carotid vessel thing. What's it called?
Which What report are you looking at now?
I'm looking to see what they call it again.